lie. It's like I'm gonna spit some real shit for y'all right now. It's like, look, like when you grew up in the trenches, it's like society treats you different, man. Like look at you different. It's like, man, you coming from where we from, man. We were on the come with you. Look, they treat you different when you from the trenches. Bitch, I didn't grow up in no burb, I grew up in the village. Tryna get that shit up off the curb, I turned it to a menace. I wasn't hanging around with no girls, bitch, I was hitting fences. Childhood trauma, take it back to about the age of 9. Gunshots sounding like fireworks on 4th of July. I told my sisters and cousins that we gon' be alright as long as we stay solid, protect each other through eerie nights. Childhood trauma, my mama, she worked a 9 to 5. Still managed to come home and feed us when it was dinner time. Still managed to curve on the visas up in the winter time. So back to school, we was popping like the beginning times. I won't let this childhood trauma try to take me out. It made me who I am today, won't let it stress me out. But babe, I learned from my mistakes, I'ma go another route. Got some cake for a rainy day when it's another drop. Yeah, I grew up in the ghetto, I ain't ashamed of it. And I struggled on different levels, I got my pain from it. Niggas that die tryna live this life, tryna build a name from it. I hope I make it out alive, I ain't the same from it. I grew up in the ghetto, I ain't ashamed of it. And I struggled on different levels, I got my pain from it.
And I gotta give a shout out to Mac. Mac's been sending me a lot of her stuff. If y'all like that song right there, y'all look up Mac, man. Deja Lewis, she's out of Oakland, California, man. She is the sheet. She's the shoot. She's the business. She's all that. But look, whenever I come to a microphone, I always give honor and praise to God. I'm truly grateful to be alive, truly grateful to be here with you guys. I always thank Bo Taylor for getting me out that tow truck and getting me on this mission. But I thank Sister Heron. Sister Heron gave me the opportunity with Gang Talk, which led to, me doing Gang Talk and also the Keilah and Skipp show. Got bad news, man. 2 weeks ago, I gave Keilah $50 to go to Chick-fil-A. She never came back with my $50. She never came back with my food, my $50, and then she just texted me a couple days ago, said, Skipp, I met a dog.
Man.
So, she gone my $50, my Chick-fil-A, and she out feeding another dog, man. I don't know if she's coming back or when she's coming back, but I wish her well, man. I hope the dog don't dog her. I hope she does well with that dog, but I'm gonna keep it pushing on the Keilah and Skipp show, even if you just have Skipp. For those of you who follow me and know that I posted a picture of me and a young man out of Compton, California, well, he stayed true to his word, and he's here with me now. So with no further ado, brother, why don't you tell everybody your name, man, and where you come from, man?
Man, you know what, Skipp? I started off in Los Angeles as a young kid.
Okay.
And I moved to the hood, moved to Linwood, Compton, right on the border. When I say on the border, I mean across the street is both. So you know what I mean? And around the 4th grade, man, and I've been on the east side ever since, man.
All right, that was 4th grade. So how old are you in the 4th grade?
9 years old.
9 years old.
Yeah, I was 9 years old, moved out. And it's funny because I stay getting on the border. I come from 120th and Main, right on the corner, you know what I mean? So in the backyard was the East Coast and the front yard was Anthers Park. So, I been on them borders a long time, man.
Man, ain't that something, man? So growing up in this Linwood, Compton area, man, I'm just going to go to 10 years old because your feet are planted now.
Right,
you right there, man. Tell me a little bit about that, man. What was it like? Tell me, what year were you 10 years old? What
10 years old, you talking 83.
83.
You talking 83, man, and at the height of it was getting popping.
Man, me standing next to you, brother. You outweigh me and all that. But in 1983, man, I had already I had different girlfriends. I had a Cadillac, man. I was
the big homie. You know what I mean?
I was doing things, man. But look, man, 83. So tell me this, man. In Compton, was it just the east side, or what was it in 83? Was it the east side? Was it Luda's? Was it Luda's El Mob? Was it Cross Atlantic?
Well, actually in 83, it was Cross Atlantic. You know, when I moved to the hood in 82, it was already Cross Atlantic, And I'm coming from Anthers Park, East Coast, so I wasn't familiar with Pyro. You know what I mean? So by the time I moved in the hood at 4th grade, at 10, Skipp, I was from the hood, homie. Riding my bike around, stopping at all the G homies' houses, and I was well receptive. They had little brothers my age. We ran, like I said, we ran the neighborhood on our bikes. You didn't know you was from the hood. You didn't realize that till later. That all this time, you know, I'm a part of this. You know what I mean? And that's how it started, man. The love that they used to show back then, man, was just, I mean, they'll feed you, they'll take care of you, they'll fight for you, they'll do anything for you, bro. And that's just how it was back in the 80s. You
So
know?
let me ask this: did you guys go to the school with the Atlantic Drives, and how was that relationship growing up?
Elementary, we had our own school. You know,
Okay.
everybody had their own school. The mob had their own school. The looters had their own school. Everybody had their own elementary inside their own school. So everything we did, the meetings, the football games, that everybody conducted those inside their neighborhood at their own school. Now, junior high, 7th and 8th, that was a whole different story. I went to an all-crip junior high over there that was connected to Linwood Park called Hostler Junior High, and that's really when I cut my teeth on real gangbanging. You know what I mean? Because I'm talking about it wasn't third period before they found out where I came from, man, and it was ugly. You know what I mean? But they didn't run me out. I stayed there my 2 years. I learned how to really fight, you know, because I ran so many fades and, you know, was getting jumped and, you know, and that's what it was. But I never left, you know, and I thugged it out, you know?
Right. That's a wonderful thing, man. So let's just think about this, man. What kind of relationships did you guys have with the dudes who were your so-called enemies? So all I know about is Atlantic Drive. Who was north of y'all? Was it is that neighborhood Linwood or something?
Neighborhood Linwood neighborhood was north. Atlantic Drive was from the south. The thing about the drive was my G homies, they had cousin Bunyan and them from Atlantic Drive. I had my cousin Big Ike from Atlantic Drive.
Okay.
We didn't have problems with the drive. You know, we had a little connection because we had some dudes. My big homies had family that was G's from over there, so we didn't beef with the drive like that. You know what I mean? It was more or less like you was gonna catch the Linwood and Hoods, the Popes, the Palm and Oaks, and the Santana blocks. That's who you was gonna get. And back then, the Tanner's was a powerhouse. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
man.
that
It was
a
1,000.
powerhouse. Yeah,
man, I was on a
a
shout out to Baby Gangster, man. I was on his podcast just right before I came on here, man. So he's doing his thing, man. He was one of the most feared dudes over there, man. And, you know, his turnaround is real good, man. So the Pope Streets, the neighborhood Linwood.
Yeah, Linwood neighborhood.
Yeah, man. I knew one dude. I was in jail, man. We was having a riot, and there was one dude from neighborhood Linwood had a bad eye. And, shit, man, we got down back to back in the riots in LA County Jail, 1998. So. Yes, indeed, man. So now let's talk about the east side, man. Talk about the Pyrus. How many Pyrus sets are on the east side over there?
There's 6 Pyrus sets over there on the east side, man. You got the Looters Parks, you got the Elm Streets, Mob, Cross Atlantic, Hollywood, and the Lime Hoods. So, you know, we call ourselves the East Side 6, man, because, you know, it used to just be all one, you know. But I grew up, Skipp, I'm from Cross Atlantic, but at the same time, once you get to going up to Looters Park, once you get to knowing your history, and once you get to beefing with the Crips, I mean, Pyru was Pyru to me, you know what I mean? So it's basically, for me, I took on the role as, I'm from East Side Pyru. Like, all these are my neighborhoods, you know what I mean? You know, and that's really how I felt. Really, that's how I still feel today.
Yes, sir, man.
Yeah.
That's powerful, brother, because I remember going up there in '94. I think you was out of jail by then.
Yeah, I got
Suge
out,
had this big old thing up there. He had people performing. He had jumper and stuff for the kids. So one of my sons is about 31, 32 now. He's from 135.
Okay.
And I feel bad because that's the first time he ever was introduced to Pyrus. So the 20s, we came up there deep together. We was about 8, 9 carloads. We had trucks and low riders. And, man, we really felt welcome, felt cool. Everything was good, man. And that was 1994, man. So back then, everybody was just blood and Pyru. I couldn't tell the difference. Could you?
No, no doubt. And I'm going to tell you what we used to do, man. I'm talking about 9th grade, 8th, 9th grade. We used to jump on the bus, Skip, and just jump on the bus, go to the Swans. We really wasn't going to the Swans. We was going to jump off somewhere. You know what I mean? And just, I know a few times, man, the relationship that we have with the Bebop Watch, the relationship that we had with the Swans, basically took off was we just jumped on the bus. And let's jump off. Oh, this the Swans. Let's get off. Bailed up in their hood. Hey, homie, we from Compton. You know what I mean? And they like, shit, well, let's get some drink. Go over Gear's house. I hung out all day, homie.
Right.
They walked us back to the bus stop, made sure we got on the bus safe, and we went back. And it wasn't no issue. It was all love. And we had never met these dudes. You know what I mean? We just used to go hood to hood. You know what I mean? And that's what the B was back then. Yeah. It wasn't no politics, man. It was, if you was pushing that red flag, homie, it was all love, because, you know, we were short back then. I know you even remember way before me, but even
when you said you was 10, I had already been to county jail twice.
Right.
Yes.
So, you know, even in '85, you know, it wasn't easy to walk this line. You know what I mean? So, you know, but at the end of the day, me particularly, you know, it was a day after my 17th birthday when the Crips killed my brother. Is when, you know, it was a whole different ball game at that time. You know what I mean?
How old was your brother?
He was 21 for 13 days when he got killed, and he got killed in Inglewood, man, and so that changed the game as far as
What's his name?
His real name?
No, his.
Oh, they called him Ant Dog.
Oh, okay.
Freeway. They call him Freeway, but they call him Ant Dog. If you look on the back of Mac 10 For Life CD cover, you're going to see Freeway, rest in peace, on the back of it. Yeah. My mom and Mac 10 mom was close friends and shit. So I've been on Mac since we was kids and shit.
Oh, okay.
Know? Yeah.
Real good. Mac from Queen Street. I was with Big Rat today.
Yeah,
somebody just told me that's Cisco that had the one eye that I was locked up with.
I know
His name.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
Cisco.
that man, me and him was riders together, but there's another dude out of Altadena Block that had it initials on his forehead, and that dude, man, he really saved us. So, you know, we was all fighting, but that dude, man, he stuck like a gang of folks, and I ain't glorifying that, man.
Right, but that's what it was at the time.
But it's 100 people in that dorm, and it's only 20 of us, and most of them were smokers.
Right.
So when the 50 came through, man, you know, you talking about like 10, 12 solid dudes fighting 50.
No doubt.
So, yeah, shout out to Cisco. I hope the brother's still alive, but
Cisco, yeah, that's the big homie.
Tell him, man, I'll never forget that. 98, and somebody talking about Bus Stop, rest in peace.
Yeah, that was Bus Stop. I had a barbershop for 20 years, and Bus Stop was my head barber. Bus Stop was even the reason I opened it. Okay. You know, he used to cut hair in his garage and shit, and I never forget that the homies from Death Row was going Buntry, Trey, Rock Chisholm. They was going to a war show. They needed some cuts. It was late. And I said, man, the little homie cut in his garage, but his mom's, I don't know.
Right.
So I hit the homie up. He said, Buntry's like, man, we'll give him double, homie. You know what I mean? So I say, stop, you want to make it? He said, man, come through.
Right.
Man, Stop Moms came home, seen all these brand new cars and these gold chains and shit. Oh, man, let me, Lamont called him by his real. Lamont, bring your ass up in here. But I say, listen, homie, you go to barber school, I open up a shop. Right. And that's just what I did, man, and that was my best friend also, man. You know, when he died suddenly like that, because he was younger than me.
Oh, so he died?
Yeah, he passed away, man. Bus Stop passed away in like 2020, had a heart attack, you know what I mean? And like I say, suddenly, which I had just seen him, we had just talked. This was literally my best friend, man, and because he wasn't no gangbanger. Right. He was from Cross Atlantic, but he wasn't a Pyru. You know what I mean?
You know what, man? Say that again, because a lot of people, man, in the jungles, they don't listen to the police. Don't listen to me when I say, man, that dude is from the jungles, but he ain't from Blackstone.
Exactly.
You know, when I tell people, man, that dude from West Adams, but he ain't from 20s.
Right.
I done been in Nickerson Gardens, and Bobby Busby, man, rest in peace. He lived to be about 60 years old, and he always said, man, I'm from Nickerson Gardens, Skip. I ain't from Bounty Hunters.
Right.
But when we play dominoes, he take a nickel, he say Nickerson Gardens.
Right.
I'm like, man, watch out, man. What is you doing? You know, and but there's a way to do that, man. So I'm glad that you acknowledge that.
Yeah, no, he was a good dude. He was solid. He just, like you say, he didn't have to push the P. He was just his. Right. I respect him so much. He was his own man. You know what I mean? And he had us. Don't get me wrong. He the homie, but he didn't have to bang. He didn't have to, be from the hood just to get the love and respect that he got, man. And we definitely miss him.
Yeah, see, a lot of people don't understand that, and they say, oh, if they lived over there, they's gang banging. There's a whole lot of haters on my page, man. When I post people's pictures, they say, well, how many people did he kill? And I'm like, damn, he played basketball.
Right. And you have those dudes.
He played basketball. Yeah, he was from around there, but he didn't go hurt nobody. He smoked weed, played basketball, and had girlfriends, had kids. You know, that don't make a person bad, man. And then another thing is every person who is claimed to be a gang member isn't a killer. And then every killer ain't a gang member.
No doubt.
You got people with shirt and ties on thinking about killing their wife or, their kids and all that. And they do it.
And they do.
Yeah, a lot of different races out there, brother.
Yeah. Bus Stop was the neighborhood barber when it was all just, everything was love. I mean, he cut the looters, he cut the Crossland, he cut the mob, he cut the Am, the Hollies. He was the barber right there in the town. You know what I mean? Right. And for us to be there, well, like I say, I was there. I had it from 99 till when I left in 04, and I just stopped as you. I mean, them 20 years, man, was never a serious incident up there, man. And that's the one thing that I could say. When you know you got a good dude, when ain't not one serious in 20 years, and you messing with members.
Yeah.
And
so that's love and respect.
Love and respect, homie.
That's major love and respect. man, I love Nikes, man. Somebody asked me what kind of shoes I wear. Nikes, Pumas, whatever, man. Adidas, man. Come on. 11s. I don't know who that is, but somebody sent me a camera.
Oh, yeah?
Somebody sent me a camera. I got a camera in my office. I don't know how to use.
Yeah, right.
So I could do real good interviews. I got a tripod.
Yeah.
A lady from England left me a tripod. So this dude want to leave me some shoes. I'm grateful for it, man. But somebody talking about the elephant in the room, Mob James. So listen, man, I believe, if I'm not correct, you've been on different podcasts where you done brought out paperwork and you done talked about people. You did that already, right?
I did that already.
Yeah, so we ain't doing that.
Yeah,
so we gonna bypass that.
I really, everybody know what I said when I said it. You know what I mean?
Right.
We ain't got to beat a dead horse. You know what I mean? But you know.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna open the door and let the elephant out the room, so the elephant ain't in the room. Because what I want to talk about is conversation I had today with dudes from the mob.
Okay.
You know, so how long has Cross Atlantic and the mob been kind of, I want to say, at each other? I don't want to say like a war, like, you know.
Right, we're beefing.
We're beefing, yeah, so I don't know how to say it, but how long has that been going on?
I mean, don't mean to bring it up, but pretty much with them since the Mob James situation, you know. And I'm going to be honest with you, it ain't so much of him, it's so much of being Skipp that I left. You know what I mean? I had that connection with them dudes. I still do. You know what I mean? The love ain't gone, it ain't lost, you know what I mean? But when I left, my little homies didn't have no, a lot of the older homies had left at the same time.
So there's no relationship.
So it wasn't well, it was a little, but it wasn't no guidance. Wasn't nobody to tell them, hold on, homie, you ain't finna, man, if you don't knock it off.
Right.
Because I can go over to the mob and get a few homies, or we can go over there.
Right.
And you can run that fade, or they can come over here. But it ain't finna be no shooting. It ain't finna be no nothing like that. You know what I mean? So the guidance left. You know what I mean? So and the beef kicked off, man. And I really hate. You know what I mean? You know, because them friends of mine's over there.
Right. So listen, man, in the 90s, man, I tried to avoid this, but every Saturday, every Sunday, either the Blackstones was coming to our park, Lauren Miller, or the VNGs was coming, because they was fighting. The VNG girls was fighting over a dude, my homeboy Jimbo. Jimbo just swang with all of them, you know what I mean? So now the girls fighting with each other, and they come over, so we all out here fighting. But the one thing we never did is we never went to war with each other.
Right.
I remember being in the park, and me and Goldie from VN was standing side by side watching them fight. You know what I mean? And then I remember being in the park when the Blackstones came, and my homie Dami was walking up like, Skipp, man, you support this shit? You know?
Right.
So there was always somebody talking about, man, what is we doing? Why is we fighting? What is the fight over? You know what I mean? But I guess if I heard you correctly, there was nobody to say that.
Wasn't nobody to say that. I was the connection, homie. I was the mob Cross Atlantic connection. You know what I mean? For my hood, the East Side connection, period. You know, but it's a few things that got out of hand. I'm not gonna point no fingers.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know, and both sides made some bad decisions. Right. You know, and me personally, you know, I've talked to some of them dudes from the mob since I've been home, and told them, homie, y'all dudes wasn't proactive enough to. Some dudes could have stopped it, Skipp.
Right.
You know what I mean? And some dudes just sit back and let it go too far, and that's what some of the problem was, you know. Right. It was still some G homies over there from the mob that I felt could have put their hand in it and shut it down, but at the same time, you know, and them end up going like how it's been going, you know.
So look, so the conversation I had today was all positive.
No,
they was talking about was this one dude I was talking to, but he was telling me about two other people that had conversations, and them two people from both sides, you know, or that guy from both sides, you know. So you know, so what would it take, man? Do you think? What do you think it takes to bring 2-3 dudes from the Cross Atlantics and 2-3 dudes to the mob? See, I like to eat, man, so I like to go buy some pizza and chicken, and I'll put them together, and I'll walk off and eat my food and see that conversation happen.
Well, you know, one thing that the homies over there can attest to is one night I went over there, you know what I mean? And them dudes set it up for me to come over there and talk to their young homies and give a different perspective, you know. And it didn't help, though, that my son was a part of it, too, though. You know, he was part of the problem at the time as well, you know what I mean? And so I went over there and I hollered at them dudes. And when I talked to them, they seemed like they was real aggressive. But at the same time, I saw passion coming out of these dudes' eyes. And the dudes that I'm talking to, these are the homie son, the homie nephews, the homie little brother. You know, these family members to me. You know what I mean? I don't look at these dudes like some
like an op or whatever they call it.
I don't do that. You're never gonna hear me say that, because that ain't how I feel about them. And throughout, anybody will tell you throughout this situation, like I say, homie, I got little mob homies calling me from the pen. You know, I got little park homies hitting me. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
there's a dude from Pope Street giving it up to you right now, saying you the big homie.
And
Cool.
homie, for real, you know, what they got going, it's hard for me to step in on that, but I can step in on mine. You know what I mean? I can step in on mine, and to be honest with you, it ain't been it been cool. You know, now you got these Instagram dudes that you know that
you know, a lot of them live in Lancaster, Moreno Valley. They live
Vegas.
in San Bernardino. They live
you know
in
what
Vegas.
I mean? You know what I mean?
So these
Exactly.
Instagram dudes who be pumping it up, talking about I ain't gonna be no peace, I ain't with the peace.
You know,
they don't live on them streets.
Well, this is
man.
the thing about it, man. I'm right here with you, Skipp, and I am who I am, homie.
Right.
Everybody know I ain't gonna sugarcoat it, but you know, if Ron Zay called me, if Bankhead called me, if Ocho called me, you know what I mean. I already got Lil Ronnie on deck. You know, what
Ocho
I mean?
made a call.
You know, if these dudes
Ocho made a call,
come to the table. You know, over here, if Baby Mo called me, if Too Swift called me, if Black Deuce called me, they from Ludus Park,
right,
homie, this can come together.
Right.
You know what I mean? If some of these dudes, you know, is willing to, it's peer pressure. They don't want the homie to be like, because there's always gonna be somebody that ain't with it.
right.
But like I told him, homie, you got to be a man to say what you feel and do what you do. You know.
So the call I got today, man, I don't know Ocho, but you know, I know his mother. But they say Ocho made a call. Ocho was cool. Ocho was on the phone. Ocho's good with it. So I don't know him. I can't say that that's a fact, but that's what I was told. And you know, I mean, rest in peace to his sister. But you know, that seemed like for me, shit. I was like, man, it could happen then.
No, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen, homie. You know.
Yeah,
what I
ain't
mean?
gonna wish and hope.
It's gonna happen.
Gonna happen.
You know what I
yeah.
mean? And the thing about
Confidence
it
in it.
is you got certain people on board that I see that's on board, and when I say on board, I mean some of the G homies.
Right.
When I seen some of the G homies in the room that basically say, you know, once I know how they feel, then I know how we could push forward. But if you got the G homies in the background saying negative stuff on the side, you know what I mean? Or you have enough G homies that's saying, homie, nah, homie, we can push forward. Because what people is not understanding is, I'm not asking y'all to start shooting marbles again with each other. I'm not asking y'all to start double dating with each other.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's time to stop the shooting, homie.
That's it.
It's time to stop the killing. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, man, everybody want to be able to walk down Rosecrans or go to the car wash on Rosecrans and get their car washed like we used to.
Right.
Everybody want to be able to go to Louis Burgers, you know what I mean? And
Gooey Louie.
And sit in there and
Get
eat.
you some chili cheese fries,
chili
man,
cheese
so you
with
can have
pastrami on it.
Yeah, get you some heartburn, man.
With pastrami on it.
Right.
So this is the thing of dudes is pushing for.
Right.
Everybody not gonna be with it, man. But at the ones who with it, man, y'all step up to the plate, man. And when we start, you know, hooking up and chopping it up and having little picnics, man, y'all show up, man. You know, and let's make a difference, you know, over there on that east side.
Yes, sir, man. That's well said, man. And you named a few people, man. There's a dude named Big Devil, man. Says you a real one, man, out the city. He's from Pope Street. I don't know if you...
Yeah, Big Devil solid, man. Big Devil been
indeed.
around a long time. Big Devil a gangster, man. And, you know, I respect Big Devil on his get down, you know, and got a good career going on over there. Big Devil landed on his feet, man. And, you know, Big Devil, I'm supposed to sit down with Big Devil and a few others, man. But at the same time, he's an intricate part and his opinion matters,
Right.
you know, in the city. You know what I mean?
sir.
So I respect Big Devil opinion. I love when he step up to the plate. He gonna spit the real. You know what I mean? And but he's definitely one of those guys. Definitely a rider from over there. Yeah.
So let me ask you, man. I seen you at a meeting the other day, man. We was at a round table or round chairs, whatever you want to call it. And was that meeting about positivity, negativity? What was that meeting about?
No, the meeting was definitely about positivity. But the thing about it was, for me, it was to see who was even showing up, who was in the room that made the difference for me.
Okay.
You know, because I could push. I could push this thing, you know, and I don't have no problem because the passion in me is to push it,
Right.
you know. But I needed to see some faces that I saw that gave me reassurance that I can keep pushing.
Give me one name.
Man, I seen OG homie
Gabe.
Gabe. I seen OG homie Gabe, homie, and like I say, you know, it just gives me. He showed up,
Right.
You know, regardless what he may feel or think, he showed up. You know what I mean? CJ. You know what I mean?
Oh,
and
with a
like
broke arm,
right,
man.
right.
What
But
is
like I
his
tell
arm?
CJ, you know, I need you, homie.
Yeah.
I need you to, you know, holler. You know, and like I said, I talked to Lil Ronnie. I talked to some of these dudes, and it's coming together. What's gonna happen is we gonna have to not let the Instagrammers
Right.
mess it up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or some dudes that's not even from around there, come see. This how easy stuff can mess up. It could be a dude just ride through there and start yelling out some shit, but he might be a Crip from L.A. or a Hispanic from L.A. that look black. So we gotta be mindful, homie, that before we react, hold on, homie, did somebody really do that or did some, and sometimes, homie, or the alcohol. You know what I mean? Sometimes get everybody cool and then somebody get drunk and now you want to get the trip and don't do that, homie. Right. You know what I mean?
But see, that's accountability, man.
Exactly.
So if matter of fact, I'm gonna tell y'all, man, a lot of people don't know this, but I used to go to parties with my homeboy Iceman, Jimbo, Hebo. These is all reputables from 20s. And they would make me sit in the car because I get drunk and I trip. So I couldn't. We go to the Pueblos or the Villains or whatever. They say Skipp can't go. They went to Pasadena. We used to love to go to Pasadena, but I'm out there drunk. I'm getting high with the kids or whatever. I'm going through something, so I'm out there high. I'm 30-something years old, but I'm high as hell, man. And they shook me. So that's what has to happen. You have to hold your homies accountable.
No doubt.
You got to say, you know what? Even we might be the worst of the worst, but if this dude get drunk, he gonna start something. So he can't go.
Right.
And that's what gotta happen, man. We gotta hold our own people accountable. But what happens is a lot of times they ride with the little homie.
No doubt.
Instead of, they gonna ride with the little homie like, yeah, well that's whoop-de-whoop son or whatever, instead of saying, wait, hold on. Hey homie, you wrong.
Well, see, that's where the strength come in at.
Yeah.
That's where the dudes where I say this where the like I said, we try to be grown black men, but we come from being gangsters. And some of us still got that energy in us. So if you exactly that, be gangster when your homeboy get to tripping. Cause I'm a check mom. Don't get me wrong. It ain't all checks and balances from me on my side. I got some obstacles over in my hood that I gotta work on too. Everybody ain't in agreement with everything, but at the same time, you gonna line up on the ideology.
Right.
And for the dudes that's not with it, just don't show up. That's all you gotta do. But don't be negative about who is showing up and who is trying to come together. That's my whole thing about it. Don't spit venom on it, even if you just saying, okay, I'm not going to go, but you know what I mean? Don't shoot it down though either, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah. So I know a dude took his shirt off in a meeting, man. It was Inglewood 13, Inglewood 13. Took his shirt off and said, man, one of y'all did this to me. He said, I'm hot, I'm bitter about it. Put his shirt back on. He said, but I ain't going to go against the grain.
Yeah.
If my homies is with this, then I'm with it too.
Yeah.
Not the NHP. The Queen Street's got a homie in a wheelchair. And he said the same thing. He said, man, look, I can't walk no more. He said, but what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to go against it so other people are getting killed.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? So that's really important as well, man, is making sure that nobody blows it, nobody messes it up, man. So what's next on the plate for you, brother? What you got going on?
You know me, Skipp, I work day to day, man. 5 days a week, 12 hours a day, man, out there on that grind. These bills still got to get paid. I got, teenagers still at the pad I'm raising, trying to get them off to college and stuff like that. I got my YouTube channel that I got going. I do the podcast with Alex. And, man, I'm just really trying to get this word out there that I really want dudes to start being man enough and being G enough to do what they feel in their heart, homie. So say if you want to come together. Don't be scared to tell your homies that. Tell them, hold on, homie, enough is enough, homie. And that's from everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Cribs hoods, blood hoods, power hoods, all, somebody got to stand up and say, hold on, man, we going to do this another 30 years? Because it's the 30-year truce for the peace treaty. But we going to bang it out another 30? You know what I mean?
So if we do, we gonna need a whole bunch of people's sons and daughters to be victims. So who want to give up their son or daughter to be the next victim of this war?
That's really what it is.
Who's gonna say, you know what, you could take my son, you could take my daughter, you can go ahead and put her on the front line so she can get killed, she can give it up for the hood or whatever, because that's gonna happen.
No.
Somebody gonna get beat up real bad, somebody gonna get a life sentence, somebody gonna get told on, and somebody gonna tell on them, and then somebody gonna get shot and be in a wheelchair or quadriplegic or something.
And life sentence ain't no joke.
Yeah, man. And then somebody gonna be the dead homie. Every neighborhood, I don't care what neighborhood you bring up, every neighborhood got a dead homie.
Right, but I'm gonna tell you where the hard part come in. The hard part come in is for the people who actually took those losses. You know what I mean? Like the homegirl Janelle, the homegirl Mickey, my homegirls over there from the park, the twins, you know what I mean? I mean, they took losses, homie. You know what I mean? And a whole bunch more, know. And Tisha Pruitt, they, so at the end of the day, they heart is more heavier than ours, Skip. You know what I mean? And so it's hard to tell somebody to forgive, and the thing about it, you're never going to forget. But at the same time, take into consideration that we still got more kids out here.
Right.
Like I say, all them little mob dudes is my homies' kids.
Right.
You know what I mean? The main ones, they are my friends' kids.
Right.
You know what I mean? And Ludus Parks, them my friends' kids.
Right.
So at the end of the day, we got to work on saving, preserving, you know what I mean, and pushing forward, man. And at some point, we gonna have to. I don't even know how to say the word. If it's, I don't want to use the word accept. But at some time, we're gonna have to move forward, man, and let the peace be.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I got a lot of people that's texting. You guys can call in. I'm gonna put the number on the screen. But John Howard says, "What's your opinion on the celebrity boxing match? Like I think Bosco about to fight
Nina Boy."
Yeah, yeah. Now Bosco, my partner, man. But I had him on the fight with Gonzo, rest in peace. But with Nina Boy, I think that dude probably work out, and my homeboy Bosco blowing every morning,
every day.
Yeah,
well, I've talked to both of them. I talked to Nina Boy and I've talked to Bosco, and they both confident though.
Is that right?
They both really feel that they gonna win. You know what I mean? So I couldn't even.
Somebody tell Bosco to check in right now, man. That's my guy, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna text him, man.
Tell
him to call in, man. Alex
And,
Alonzo, Street TV is in the house, definitely. But yeah, go ahead. What was you gonna say?
Well, they definitely both confident, So I take that into consideration. So I don't know, man. I don't know, Skip.
Yeah, I don't know either, man. I'm that's my partner, man, Bosco. I don't know Nina Boy, so I ain't trying to set trip on him, but I'm hoping that Bosco pull through, but I don't know, man, with all that with all that he got going on.
Hey,
man.
we gonna see, man. Nina Boy said he gonna bust him up, so I'm definitely gonna watch it. That's for sure.
Oh yes, indeed.
I mean? Definitely gonna watch that.
So, but what do you think about that type of stuff? About the getting it on and boxing matches. What do you think about that celebrity boxing?
I think it's good energy.
And what do you think about? I ain't saying nothing about Whack 100, but what you think about him taking one of them fades on the celebrity boxing as well?
I think a lot of people gonna pick and choose what they do. You know what I mean? So that's what everybody pretty much gonna do. They gonna try to size the next man up and see him, see if they can get them a for sure win. Nobody want to get beat up on live TV, but at the same time, man, I really think if dudes start getting up in that celebrity box and start doing their thing,
I got somebody on the line. All right.
it might be a trend, bro.
Yes, sir. Let's see who's on the line, what they got to say. I just text Bosco, so whoever this is, man, I'm going to give you like 2 minutes. Go ahead. Say what you're going to say. Caller, what's your name?
Hey, what's happening, Skip, man? I appreciate what you're doing, man. What's up, Frank? This Gritty, man, from Linwood.
Oh, hey, what's going on, Grady? How you doing, brother?
Hey, man, I'm hanging in there, man. Just want to give you a shout-out, man. I appreciate everything you're doing, man. This, I ain't going to say a change because I knew it was always in you, man, but keep up the good work, man. Talk about Linwood a little more. But I really, truly appreciate what you're doing, man. You got me thinking about a lot of stuff, and the changes that we all doing, I commend you, man. And what you did with Omar the other day, man, I checked that out. And, he coached all of us. And,
Right.
I just want to say keep up the good work, man. I appreciate you, man, and change is good, man. I'm 51 years old, a little bit older than you. I just want to say, man, keep up the good work, bro.
Hey, I appreciate you calling in, man, and I'm going to definitely take that advice, man. Thanks a lot.
Yes, sir, man. Keep it up, man. Hey, Skip, keep up the good work, brother.
Man, I appreciate you. Thank you for that.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me see if Bosco check in. Munchie B said Bosco got that. I don't know. Munchie, tell me, are you betting on him? You got money on it or what? Because, Munchie bets on Bosco. Hey, look, I done seen Munchie on my lot. I tell y'all, 2 years ago, Munchie blind, right? He been blind about 7, 8 years. Munchie had a fight at my building. I was trying to stop the fight. I asked Munchie to help me. Next thing you know, Munchie's in a fight. He's blind, and he beat the dude up.
Damn.
Right.
Yeah.
And Munchie about 140 pounds.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Beat up a dude about 200 pounds.
Man.
Yeah. And I was like, man, how did you know?
Well, see, at the end of the day, that's the whole thing. They saying Bosco got size and length over Nina Boy. But at the end of the day, man, I done seen some dudes, with a shorter stature, get it in. You know what I mean?
Right,
So
right.
I just don't know, Skip.
Right. All right, well, trying to get Bosco to call in, but shit, while we waiting on Bosco to call,
Hey, you mind if I comment on something that the caller?
yeah, go ahead.
You know how he mentioned that I mentioned he wanted me to mention Linwood more. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But see, what a lot of dudes don't take into consideration that, like I said, I went to Linwood schools. I went to Hostler Junior High with all the Crips, and probably him included, or maybe he a little older than me. The Linwood In Hoods, the Palm and Oaks, the Grapes was there, But at the end of the day, there's no other Pirus in Linwood, you know.
Right.
So it wasn't.
Well, the mob don't share Linwood with them?
They got a little piece, but we go further into Linwood down Atlantic.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So when I'm trying to put this piece together back on
Right.
what's really going on, like this beef, this
Right.
war that's going on, when I'm trying to put a stop to that, I ain't gonna never negate Linwood,
Right,
LYN all day long, but
Yes,
ain't
sir.
no, you know what I mean?
Yes,
But I
sir.
am supposed to sit down with some of them, some reputables.
That's cool.
From over
Who
there.
we got on the line, LaRon?
Blue Jay.
JJ?
Blue Jay.
BJ. What's going on,
Yeah.
BJ?
How you doing, Skip? How you doing, FG?
How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm blessed, man. I just wanted to give a shout out to Nina Boy and Bosco
Yes, sir.
for a celebrity boxing match because, they can help their families with the bread and they can go home to their families.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we need more of that. And I think a lot of us that have a influence. I know Snoop and them involved in it, but I think it should like how rap music came about. I think this should be another branch of that, and I think how influential and financially beneficial rap music is. This can be a sector of that can be financially beneficial to the culture also. So I just wanted to give a shout out. I wanted to say that and give a shout out to FG and Skip and it's Blue Jay.
All right,
Yes,
Blue
sir,
Jay,
Blue
we
Jay.
appreciate that. Blue Jay, let me ask you quick. Who gonna win, Blue Jay?
Shoot, man, I'm going with Nina Boy because
Okay.
Nina Boy, he's working out. He's taking it serious.
Yeah,
And when you working out and you taking care of yourself, you got mental clarity. You physically
Right.
gonna be there, and then you can have the win to outlast a heavier fighter than that. You know, my cousin Layman Brewster, that used to deal with Southside. He was a heavyweight champion, so I know a little bit about boxing, man.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, no question.
Thank you, big
man.
brother. Thank y'all, big brothers.
Yes, indeed, man.
All right, y'all be blessed.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So that's a good thing, man. People understand the importance of being able to fight it out, man. Because back in the days, my mother would lock the door.
Mm-hmm.
See, she had 3 boys and 2 jobs, so she would lock the door and say, "You go out there and fight." Wasn't no running in the house, wasn't none of that. Couldn't come home crying about somebody took my money or my bicycle or nothing. So she encouraged us to fight. She didn't know it was gonna make us violent offenders, but at the time she thought that was the biggest challenge we were gonna have.
Right.
So, but that was that day and age where everybody was fighting. Something changed, man, and now everybody's shooting.
Yeah, and they not just shooting with the regular guns we had
Right,
either,
yeah.
and it's sad because where's this weaponry coming from? I don't think it's a coincidence, but some of these guns that they shooting with, man, just getting way out of hand, Skip.
Right. Yes, indeed, man. So if you guys have any questions, man, you can call in at 323-815 for something. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see it, but it's on your screen. Oh, here it is.
Yeah, that's 323-815. 4204.
Yeah, 04. Yes, indeed. So y'all can call in, man. So what's up next for you, though? I mean, as far as like, man, you got, you doing anything with music, with movies? Or...
You know what? I got a couple things in play that I don't want to speak on because they ain't came to fruition yet.
Right.
But there's some things coming down the pipe for me, man. That I'm kind of surprised.
Okay. So look, do you remember the movie Friday?
I do.
Okay. You remember Pinky?
Yeah.
Pinky,
yeah.
he in the back
no
of the
doubt,
Cadillac.
No doubt.
So that's the homeboy Kibo driving.
Oh, okay.
So when you get your movies together, man, can I be the Kibo, man? Can I drive the...
Hey, man, if it work like that, man, no doubt.
Right.
But my
right.
main mission right here, man, is really to get this understanding.
Yes, sir.
With the East Side, man. And like I say, man, if I could just get an understanding, then I feel like we accomplished something. We can get an understanding, man, to where we can, like I say, see each other and ain't nobody shooting at each other, man. That'd be a win right there for all of us. You know what I mean?
Right. So, Is that somebody else on? I got another caller. Caller, what's your name?
Rose Brown from Watts.
Lois Brown, you say?
Rose.
Rose Brown. Okay, I'm sorry, Rose. I can't hear out this ear. Man, how you doing, brother?
That's okay. I'm doing good. How you doing?
All is well, man. What part of Watts, man? Where you at, by the park or in the projects?
Well, I'm in Ghana, Africa right now.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I parted ways with Honcho when we left grade school.
Okay.
So it was a long time ago. But I just wanted to drop in on Skipp and let him know that there's a whole lot of appreciation for what him, Kev Mass, Lonzo, what you brothers are doing. And I got a clothing line that I'm working on, and I want to enfranchise all the brothers, any brother that's left. I'm about 65 years old now, but we need our line. We need our business, and we need our celebrity boxing. We need everything, because before America goes down, it owes us. It owes us everything. And if you notice, my page is Roosevelt Brown. I'm not trying to plug the line right now, but I want people to see the logo. It's a basketball, and it has a Crip rag and a blood rag on either side.
Right.
Okay.
And Most High gave me that during the Gang Truth, Homie Clothing Company. And had some Mexicans try to steal it from me and all that. And I went ahead and got a trademark, but then some people told me, don't worry about no trademark. What we have is ours, and what our people need to learn how to do is they need to take everything that has made them noticed in America and wherever else they go, and they need to let go of this system's hand and do what we do. We build. We build with nothing, and we build with one another. And this is a network. This is a vital broadcast that the brothers are doing.
Yes, sir.
With the gang legacy.
Yes, sir.
And it's going to grow. It's going to be bigger than the people can imagine. Maybe our children will benefit from it, but it's going to be big.
Right.
It's going to be real big.
That's the idea, Brother Roosevelt. That's the idea, man, is that I may not see it, but will my children be able to live? Will my grandchildren be able to live, man? And appreciate your great words, brother, and what all that you've gone through, man, because it's not. I'm sure it's not easy growing up in Watts to live to be 65 years old. And I got to give a shout out to Mother Betty Day, who just passed away in April. You mentioned Honcho, that's his mom, so.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for the call.
Thanks
in.
a lot, Rose. Appreciate it.
Really
bro.
appreciate your words.
Thank you, Skip. Thank you, Big G.
Yeah.
All right. No doubt.
Yeah, somebody on here talking about the Queen Street too small to beef with the East Coast. Listen, this fight between Nina Boy and Bosco is going to make it to where the Queen Streets never have to fight with the East Coast.
Right,
Y'all not
right.
getting the picture,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Ain't nobody,
yeah.
Win or lose. First of all, man, I've been knowing Bosco for a minute now, and he ain't going to hit the streets or tell people to hit the streets because somebody done hit him in his nose. He going to want to fight again. A lot of people don't know that Bosco like to fight. He done had a fight or two over there, too. So, ain't going to be no war. We're not doing none of that.
Yeah, that ain't even the
that ain't even the conversation, see if I can get him on the phone because we going to run out of time about 15 minutes. And
Okay.
this dude is a comedian, so he'll damn show. Let me see here.
Tap in and give his perspective on it.
Right.
Yeah, no doubt. So what about you, Skip? What you got going on down the pipeline, man? What you working on?
I'm gonna tell you, man. I find myself going to Georgia, man. I do domestic violence, family violence, anger management, parenting classes.
Oh,
So Georgia, I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. Georgia has 48 family violence organizations.
Oh, okay.
But they have 159 counties. So do the math. So
Right,
I come from the
right,
drug
right.
era.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I was a
Yeah.
small time drug dealer. So when you tell me something like that, like it's only 48 of them in 159 counties, man, I could eat all them other counties up, and put domestic violence shelters and things of that nature. So I'm gonna take second call to Georgia. It's already out there.
Yeah, that's
A
what's
young
up.
lady named Carmen is our operations director out there, but I'm gonna go out there and really just start eating up all that land that our ancestors died on and was hung on, and it was growing corn and tobacco and all
Right,
that.
right.
I'm gonna go out there, man, and see what I could do about the violence out there, man. So that's what I got coming up, man. And then talking to Cynthia earlier today too, man. I'm looking forward to attending meetings that I was a guest in that you talked about earlier, because anything to do with peace, man, I want to give some of my knowledge and experience, if it's asked, I'll sit at the table and just listen. But if somebody asks me, then I'll share what
Right,
worked for
right,
me,
right,
what didn't.
right.
But, I don't compare I don't compare Inglewood with Compton. I don't compare the 20s and 30s sitting down with,
Right, right.
because 20s and 30s is more like you guys and the Palm and Oaks and the neighborhood Linwoods and all that
Exactly,
Linwood,
exactly.
as opposed to, say if we in the Blackstones, which we like this, but, so it's all different, man. We used to go to Pasadena, man, all the time, the same way you guys went to different neighborhoods. You caught the bus and went to the Swans. We used to go carloads to Pasadena, man. So I'm out there working with those guys on getting employed. Second Call is out there helping those guys get into the Carpenters Union. And we meet out there. And in the meeting, I got a young girl who's trained to be a facilitator. And shout out to Cachet Scott. Her mother was killed in Pasadena a couple days ago, and she facilitated her first class 2 Mondays ago, and trying to work with her, man. And life happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Life happens, so it's horrible. But yeah, I guess Bosco probably trained him, man. His phone went right to voicemail. So
Yeah, well, he gonna need to be training, man, because about Nina boy over there talking long. Hey, man, he say he gonna holler at him. So
yeah,
I gotta remind Bosco of that, man, so he can try to keep his workouts up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know.
Man, that's cool, man. So shit, I'm gonna ask anybody they got something else to go. We got about maybe 12 minutes left. Anybody else got something they want to chop in with? I'm not gonna go into.
I was hoping one of the little homies called in with their perspective. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I sent the number to Drew. I was
Yeah.
hoping he would call in. Right, but if not, man, it's all good. It's,
no doubt, it's gonna be for sure.
Making sure that that we save lives, man, every day. That's it. So, I don't know what type of work you do, and I was gonna say 9 to 5, but you told me you got about 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
whatever type of work you do, what you do when you're not at that job, man, you saving lives, brother. Just know that.
No doubt, man. I deliver that gas, Skip.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, so I drive a gas tanker, man, and I'm rolling around with every
So you
night.
got the hazmat.
I got the hazmat, you know what I mean? And but like you say, that's another thing. There's so many dudes coming home from prison. Oh man, I got a felony. Oh, I can't get that. Dude, you can do anything you want. I mean, you might can't run for president, or city office, but it's so
No, they could run for city office.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
Well,
can
shit,
you can have a felony and run for
Yeah.
city council. You could run for Senate. You could run for assembly member. You could run for any of that. I think the only one is the presidency.
Okay.
Most of the senators and the congressmen who are in Washington have a
Got some
criminal record.
background, yeah.
They got a criminal
So-
record. And I ain't talking about the black ones.
Right. No, real shit.
Right.
So I encourage the dudes that's coming home, don't let that be no discouragement. You know what I mean? And hey, man, go get your money, man.
Right.
Go get it. It's
So-
out there.
So one thing that we do at Second Call is we help people understand how to deal with anger, how to deal with emotions, how to deal with low self-esteem and depression, because a lot of dudes, they come home and they get kind of ticked off. Like, as soon as they come home, it's a party. Brand new socks and drawers, get a ride anywhere. Everybody want to take them to
Everybody
eat.
wanna take you to eat,
But then
yeah.
after 4 or 5 months, ain't nobody answering the phone.
Exactly,
You can't get that $20 no more, and a lot of people get depressed and say, well, I'm just going to smoke and drink, and they start building that wall of rejection for themselves. So it's
Exactly.
not that somebody else told them no. They start telling themselves
No doubt.
So-
That's exactly what it is.
So that's why at Second Call we have these classes, man, where we talk about how to deal with those situations, so that when you go to apply yourself, it doesn't. Is this Bosco?
What up, Skip?
Hey, man, can you do me a favor and call in, man? Everybody want to hear from you. I'm sitting here with FG, and we talking about you and Nina Boy, man.
I'm calling in there. Where I got called into?
I text you a number. Look at your text message so you could be on the air.
Yeah, hit us real fast, homie.
All right, I'm gonna hit that.
All right, look. Yeah, that dude there, boy.
Yeah.
But anyway, second call, man. We're going to help you get in a career. If you're in the L.A. area, Pasadena, Long Beach, we're in Pomona. We're in LaGrange, Georgia. So I don't know if I left anything out. L.A., right across the street.
Yeah.
We got ambassadors at Lamert Park, man. There's 5 people over there working for Second Call. And we're the job coordinators for Destination Crenshaw.
Okay,
All that street that's blocked off over there.
Yeah.
We got a superintendent there, and we're the job coordinator. So,
Okay.
yeah, we out here working, man. You know, stuff is going on. Let me see. I got Bosco on the line. Bosco, are you there?
What that shit do, brother?
Man, what's going on with you, Bosco? This FG.
What up, FG? I'm feeling it.
Man, I'm just sitting here with the big homie, man. You know, we was making sure you still over there working out, man, and getting ready for this thing, man. You got a lot of people rooting for you,
I
homie.
just left the press conference. I'm glad I just left face to face. That bitch ass nigga trying to hell, God, that nigga was swinging it. I knew he was gonna do it too.
What'd he
I
do?
swear to God, I can't remember something. The nigga like act like he was late. First of all, we had 2 different sides. Blood keep coming on my side.
Right.
Blood on my side. And I turned around like blood behind me, acting like he got a problem. I think I'm not even. I'm enjoying the show, blood. Like I turned around, blood behind me, like he got blood. Nigga, I square up on blood like that. Oh God!
Hey.
This nigga start swinging at the air, blood. That nigga FG on blood. That nigga swimming, blood.
He
Blood
swimming.
start swimming, blood.
Yeah.
Blood, that nigga was trying to punch. Blood was trying to punch Jesus. I swear to God, bro. That nigga swung at the air, bro. Like I was like, what the fuck? This from that swing. I said, oh, blood. You know it's gonna be on YouTube. There was so many cameras out.
Yeah.
It's gonna be on YouTube.
Well, listen,
God,
man.
He swung at the air. Blood
Y'all-
tried to stop Jesus. He did not try to. He was trying to stop Jesus.
Hey, y'all say that energy, man, so we
Man.
can watch the big showdown, man. You know what I mean? We definitely looking forward to it.
On any day, bro, a nigga beat Bosco, man, my energy gonna be the same way, bro. You try to sock me or try to sock me.
Well, real fast, let everybody know when the date is, when the actual fight is.
June 20,
June 20th?
June 26th.
June
26.
26.
Please save the date, the same day, June 26th. That's Sunday. Sunday, y'all gonna be all at home chilling. Save the date, the same day as the BET Awards, BET weekend, bro. I'm telling you, bro, this is historical LA shit. My nigga.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it
You
is.
finna see this nigga. You finna see a nigga that walked up on an ass whooping. Like this is historically a nigga that really walked up on the ass whooping.
Man, how did it start anyway, man? How did y'all get to beefing on the internet? What was that about?
Bro, I swear to God, bro, this nigga came out of nowhere after me and Gonzo fight. This nigga came out of the fucking clear sky in the clouds. Started talking shit about it. Bosco saying Gonzo wanted to be his friend.
Oh, yeah, I remember that situation.
Bro, you don't even know Gonzo. You bitch ass nigga, you don't know Gonzo. You don't know Gonzo. You don't know me, bro. And this nigga just been talking ever since. So, just for the fact, the simple fact, he doesn't playing Reggie Rock.
Yeah.
Never network me in the whole fight situation. But he definitely playing backed out and shit
Okay.
for whatever reason. For whatever reason, backed out. So me personally, I already had in my mind like, wait, how you back out? Like, nigga, I still want to fight somebody. So I picked the nigga Nina Boy. I said, bro, hold up, this nigga been talking shit for months. Let me whoop that nigga.
Yeah.
The nigga accepted. So honestly, he was like, nigga, hell you.
Hey, well, there it is there, and we definitely waiting on the date, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. June 26th, man. Save the date. Put it in your calendar. Whatever the fuck you got, put it there, nigga. June 26th.
Okay, June 26 it is.
Whooping this nigga.
Hey, is there a line in Vegas? Is there a line like a
It's
Yeah.
something,
Like
yeah.
the odds?
I heard they got the gambling shit. Yes, they say it's 300 to 1 right now. So I don't know, like
Is that for you or for him?
I don't know. It's 3 for me.
Okay. 300 to 1. Damn.
This nigga's nobody. FG, I'm sorry, God. This nigga's nobody. He's only here because I want to whoop his.
Okay.
I want to whoop his ass. So that's why I promise you. That's
Okay.
the only reason why he's here.
I feel you, homie.
Yeah. All right, man. I'm glad you tapped in, man. Appreciate it, brother. I kept going to voicemail, so I said, damn, I ain't going to catch up with you today. But
Yeah, we appreciate you, man.
Nah, bro, I just was busy. I was doing. I promise. I just left the press conference right now. Like I only been going like. So I just left.
yeah.
But Skipp, you already know. You already know.
Hey, same here, homie.
Yes,
Much
sir.
love and respect, homie. We appreciate you calling in, homie.
Yes, sir. All right, appreciate you, Bosco. All right, so what you gonna leave the audience with, FG, man? That was a nice conversation, man. A lot of people checked in. Linwood checked in for sure. Bosco checked in. Munchie B, betting on Bosco. A lot of people on here. Alex Alonso on here. He said something about the Streets and Scholars. Don't forget about that. I don't know what day that is.
Oh, no doubt. Streets and Scholars come out every Thursday. Me and Alex Alonso, we get it in, man. So if you guys got Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeart, any of the podcast networks, man, they could tap in and check out me and Alex Alonso, man. It's going really cool, Skipp.
Yes, sir. All right, so what you want to leave the people with, man? Anything you want to say to them? Anything?
Man, I'm just say, man, if they check my credentials, homie, they know I'm genuine about what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? I'm talking about, like I said, I ain't talking about, cooking food together and hanging out at the beach, and I'm talking about, homie, just bringing enough unity together, man, where we can get along, and that's just not in Compton. That's everywhere. You know what I mean? That's in every hood in L.A. and California, and I'm just genuine about that, man. It's time. How many more, like you say, how many more we going to lose? Let's just start taking a positive step in the right direction, So,
Yes,
you could, like I say, man, y'all make sure, tap in with Skipp. Skipp got a wealth of knowledge, man, and that's what it is, man.
Yes, indeed. So I want to leave the people with, I have the ability to harm or to heal, and the ability to reason using logic, but not emotions. So if I were to ever lose a fight where I am now today at 58 years old, man, I would take it as that's my bad. I shouldn't have fought in the first place. I should have found a different route to get it together, but I'm not for any reason whatsoever going to shoot at anybody or start a war between my neighborhood and somebody else's. So I just want to share that with everybody, man. There was a death last night, man, and shootings last night, and people going back and forth. And I get all the text messages, the emails of who getting shot and this and that, and man, it's heartbreaking. So I just want to let everybody know, man, you have the ability to harm or to heal, man. It's your choice. I'd rather heal than to harm. So thank y'all for joining the Keilah and Skipp show. Shout out to Keilah. She's interviewing a dog right now. I don't know, man. She ran off my $50 in my Chick-fil-A, but I ain't mad at her. Even with Keilah, man, I got major love for you, Keilah. Major love for you, Sister Heron, for even getting me into this. Morris Media Studios, major love for the poetess. And thank you, LaRon, for your expertise over there. So with that being said, I'll see y'all in a couple weeks, man. Log on to Second Call Wolfpack. That's my Instagram. Or like and subscribe here tonight. Appreciate you guys.
I ain't gonna lie, it's like I'ma spit some real shit for y'all right now. It's like, look, like when you grow up in the trenches, it's like society treats you different, man. Like look at you different. It's like, man, you coming from where we from, man. We were on the come with it.
Look, they treat you different when you from the trenches. Bitch, I didn't grow up in no burb, I grew up in the village. Trying to get that shit up off the curb, I turned it to a menace. I wasn't hanging around with no girls, bitch, I was hitting fences. Childhood trauma, take it back to about the age of 9. Gunshots sounding like fireworks on 4th of July. I told my sisters and cousins that that we gon' be alright as long as we stay solid, protect each other through eerie nights. Childhood trauma, my mama, she worked a 9 to 5. Still managed to come home and feed us when it was dinner time. Still managed to curve on the visas up in the wintertime. So back to school, we was popping like the beginning times. I won't let this childhood trauma try to take me out. It made me who I am today, won't let it stress me out. But babe, I learned from my mistakes, I'ma go another route. Got some cake for a rainy day when it's another